Alright, got my buddy Les in the garage tonight. We're doing a paint project on his XR4 Ti hood. Apparently, sorry, it's a Sierra Cosworth hood. So we're gonna do the carbon fiber, the faux carbon fiber thing on it, so hopefully it'll turn out okay. If not, too bad. Les is gonna have to paint it white with a spray bomb. Anyway, talk to you later. Here's a look at it. It's not too bad in shape, except for all this frickin' sticky stuff on here and a little bit of rust on the bottom. We're not going to do the bottom. Hopefully we can't make it worse. Hey, good morning guys. Tush coming at you. It's Tuesday, May 27th, and we got about 8:30 in the garage this morning. Beautiful day out. It's already, close to 75 degrees. So it's about 25 degrees Celsius. And if we're quiet, go check this out. Good morning. Good morning. Alright, enough ducking around. Let's get back onto the Sierra Cosworth hood. Here's the inside of it. It's pretty rough. Needs a lot of work on the inside, but that's going to be for another day. We're only concentrating on the top side, probably in the shadows, but anyway, you can obviously see a lot of rust, a lot of hammer marks there on there. So this is going to need some repair in the future. But anyway, we're going to get the TR6 out of the garage, and we're going to continue on with that hood. We had to stop last night because we ended up getting a thunder shower, so that put a little bit of a damper on things. So we'll continue on today. I'm short Les. Les is actually working today. I'm on a vacation day, so we'll continue to work on that while Les is away, and hopefully Les will jump in maybe later this afternoon. Alright guys. So just coming up on 9:30, and bottom of the hood is all taped off. Ready to go. So we're going to flip it over. We're going to give the hood a wipe down with grease and wax remover. We're going to prime up those spots where the repairs were done with the Bondo or the glazing putty, and then we'll get ready to paint. Alright guys. Okay guys, we're back on the top side of the hood. Just primed those body filler areas and the edges of the hood with some 1K rattle can primer, and we'll let that dry for about an hour or so. We'll come back down and sand it with 400 grit dry, and then we'll go to the base coat. We'll clean it up with wax and grease remover, and then we'll go to the base coat. So that's it. That's the update for now. Time for breakfast. Hey guys, we're just about ready to go. I got the garage floor wetted down. We've got a couple fans going up the front of the garage. We got a little crack in the door back here just to get some air through. And we've got her all sanded down. We've got her wiped down with wax and grease remover. We're going to do tack cloth basically before we get ready to paint. So we got the paint mixing station ready to go over here. So I think we're ready to go. We'll go for 3 coats of black base coat. And we're using the MPB. I think it's the base coat black, whatever that is, 9500 or 9000 LV from Matrix. Anyway, and we're going to go with the medium reducer. It's about 78 degrees Fahrenheit in the garage, so we'll go with the medium reducer. Alright guys, we'll bring it back later. Alright, coat number 1 sprayed, and it sprayed not too badly. I can see a little dent that we missed, unfortunately, but hey, I'm just going to live with that. But other than that, it looks pretty good. So it's just about finished flashing, and we'll get it with a second coat. That's where we're at. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, quick update guys, just coming up on 1 o'clock, and the 3 coats of base are done. Not too bad considering I don't have any plastic tarping or anything in here. It got dirt in it, but not bad, not horrible. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm happy with that considering it's still my crappy gun. My Eastwood gun's still not showing up. So I'm just spraying with an old crappy Canadian tire gun. I think it's a Campbell Hausfeld gun. So yeah, one thing I did learn, and I don't know why I hadn't thought of it earlier, but I was always getting sort of a stripe in the center where I was doing my half, you know, I would do a half of the hood, starting in the middle. I'd go to the outside, and then I'd come back and I'd go back to the outside. So that was leaving a little bit of I think the paint was obviously drying in the interim when I was spraying over to this side, and then started back to the center and back that way. So what I did this time is I actually sprayed from the outside to the center, and then from the center to the outside, and that seemed to have got rid of my stripe pattern. So I know you always want to keep a wet edge, so I was just surprised, I guess, at how quickly it dried and showed up as a sort of a stripe pattern in the center of the hood. So anyway, it looks like we've got that figured out. It seemed to have laid down pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll go on to the next step, which is the matting and the sort of the silver sprayed through the mat for the carbon fiber look. So we'll let this probably dry for about another half an hour, and then we'll lay that mat on when it's nice and dry, and then we'll go on to we'll spray the silver and then go on to the clear coat. All right, guys.
Yeah, nothing like a little rainstorm when you're trying to paint. Poor old TR6 is out there getting blasted. Unbelievable. I just hope it doesn't start to hail. And I'm going to have to run out there and try to get the hood out of the garage somehow and move the Triumph in quickly. We'll see. Anyway, that's going to take a thorough drying out, I would think. Anyway, talk about getting a soaker on the way out. Oh my God. Anyway, our storm's just coming to an end. I don't know if you can see over in front of my car. Look at the stream of water coming down the street and just in front of my car. Unbelievable. It's like a little mini rapids there, all collecting down this corner, flowing down the street into the court. Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna go check on the hood as soon as this goes down a little bit. I could have a koi pond on my front patio. And there's a lot of water coming from up the street. So that's how hard it rained. Such a short period of time. Unbelievable. Gonna move the front of my car. The poor old TR6 was getting blasted. So hopefully it didn't get too wet in there. Anyway, back to check on the hood.
Hey guys, Tush coming back at you. It's about 3:30 and I got a quick update for you. So the carbon fiber is done. And I've got kind of an interesting issue. I've actually got certain areas where the metal flake, I had a little bit of a flake in the silver, and the metal flake's actually standing up. You can see it there. So that kind of sucks. And it's not on the entire hood, it's just in that sort of that one section and a few sections over on the edge there. So I don't know. Kind of strange if you ask me. I don't know whether it just sort of got clogged up in the gun and just got sort of shot out in one spot. But anyway, the rest of the hood's not bad. So I'm not sure if a tinted clear is going to dull those that metal flake down or not. I don't know whether to continue or not at this point. So otherwise, it's not bad, like I said. Just this little bit in the center. And of course, it's got to be in the center, right? Couldn't be on the edge somewhere. Anyway, so I'll have to ponder that. We'll probably just go ahead and we'll do the tinted clear coat anyway. Maybe the tint, if I tint the clear coat fairly dark, it might knock down some of that silver a little bit, or it might magnify it. Anyway, we'll figure out what to do. Talk to you later, guys. Tush coming at you. Wednesday morning, May 28th at about 8:35. Absolutely gorgeous day on the way today. It's about 70 degrees out here today so far. 20 degrees Celsius. I don't think it's going to get much warmer than that, which is fine by me. Yesterday was actually quite warm and humid, but beautiful day. Anyway, we're back out this morning taking a look at the Sierra Cosworth hood we're doing for my neighbor Les. Actually, it looks not too bad. We're going to be wet sanding this later today and buffing it. I thought I'd get it out in the sun just for a few hours before we do that, just to give it a last chance to harden a little bit. It's had since yesterday afternoon through overnight to cure, but I figured a little extra wouldn't hurt. So it looks pretty good. There is some dirt in it, but there's less dirt in it than there was on the previous hood that I'd sprayed for the TR3, and it's actually much darker than the TR3. We tinted it down 10%, and you got to get up fairly close to see the pattern. A lot of metal flake in the silver that we used for the second coat, which is the spray through the matting. So that's you can see that sort of show up in the sun for sure. Anyway, we'll be interested to see what it looks like once it gets sanded down. There's a few areas, there's a few little pieces of grit. There's a fingerprint there, and there's a mark here, and a little fingerprint. Hard to see, but anyway, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, it's definitely understated, more understated than what I did on my TR3. Anyway, we'll show you a finished product later on when we get through the whole sanding and buffing stage. We'll talk to you later. Hey guys, Tush coming back at you. It's about 11:30, and we're just going to start some wet sanding on the Sierra Cosworth hood. And we're going to start with 1500 grit, and we're going to go to 2000 and 2500. And then we're going to do some buffing. I got the buffer out. I've got some new compounds. I'm going to try out these Presta. This is a two-step system, and then the fast wax after that. So we'll try that Presta stuff out. I had been using the Meguiar's, and I was going to switch to the 3M Perfect It, but I thought I'd try the Presta stuff out. It's a little bit cheaper than the Perfect It. I think it's about 15 bucks cheaper a bottle. So anyway, we'll give her a shot, and we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, the wet sanding is down to 2500 grit, and it's looking pretty good. There's a few spots. There's one little spot here that I'm gonna have. I don't know if you can, right there. I don't know if I can get that out or not, but that's about sanded down as far as I can go. Anyway, we get the buffer out, and first time I've actually buffed using this type of buffer. I've used an orbital buffer before, but not this type, or random orbit buffer, I guess you want to call it. So I know I got to be careful of burning the edges. I was thinking about taping these areas off, but I need to get to the edge to buff it, so I'm going to have to be careful not to burn through the paint there. So wish me luck. Hopefully it goes okay. I know these are going to be issue areas here as well, so hopefully I'll just be patient and work my way through it. Anyway, it's a learning experience. Don't want to have to go back over and do stuff, but we'll see how it goes. Talk to you later, guys. Hey guys, just coming up on 1:30, and the buffing's done, and you know, it came out pretty good. I think Les will be happy with it. It'll obviously look better once the grills are in. And a couple of spots. I mean, there's that one spot I was going to have problems with. It's better, but I don't know if you can see it. It's still there. And I'm pretty happy with that. It's definitely a lot more understated than the other one I did, which is probably a good thing. You know, it's just kind of a nice pattern. You can just sort of ghost it in there. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but looks pretty good. Like I said, I think Les will be happy with it. So looks a lot better than what it was, and that's the goal here. Make it better than it was. Anyway, so one more project down. We'll probably put it back on Les's car tonight, and he'll be off to the races. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.